was refreshed.
Yeah, he took a breath.
And
he took a breath.
came unto Moses when he had made an end of the committing with him upon the Mount Sinai.
Can I ask you something
the
now?
tables of the testimonies, the tables of stone, written with the finger of God.
All right, I'm going to ask you something about this.
God says in the word that with the finger of God. The commandments with the finger of God is the 10
I want to ask you something about
friend.
this verse.
Now we read Revelation 12:17. Revelation 12:17. We're doing the Bible, my friend. We're not doing no emotions today,
I don't know the Bible.
Revelation 12:17.
And look at him now.
Revelation 12:17, my friend.
This is Zakir, televangelist Jimmy Swaggart. Is that what you are?
12:17.
He used to be a scholar in Islam before.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing arguments. Come on, debate me now. I've got a challenge for him. A challenge for him. He mentioned Daniel. I'll challenge you on Daniel whether it supports Islam or Christianity.
And the dragon was
he mentioned the commandments. I'll challenge you on the first commandment. Then he mentioned that God rests on the Sabbath. I challenge him to that. 3 topics that he spoke about. Choose one.
So that
choose one.
Keep the commandments
choose
of God.
One topic. Choose one, please. Daniel.
Daniel. Okay, who is Daniel?
Okay, no. Let's debate Daniel.
No,
let's debate Daniel.
Is Daniel in the Quran?
Let's debate Daniel.
Is Daniel in the Quran?
Let's debate Daniel.
Is Daniel in the Quran?
No. He's not in the He's not in the Quran. Does he have to be? Does every prophet have to be?
Was he a prophet of God?
Does every prophet?
Was he a prophet of
yes,
God?
he has.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, he was.
So what's the revelation?
Okay, let me ask you something.
What was the prophecy of Daniel?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Daniel 2:2.
Okay.
Daniel chapter 2.
1 second. Now, not only am I going to refute, not only am I going to refute him on Daniel, but I'm going to make Jesus' own interpretation of Daniel support Islam. Let's open up Matthew 24. Open up Matthew 24 now.
Daniel chapter 2 talks about the image.
Open up Matthew 24.
What is the image that
Are you
Daniel
scared
saw?
of the words of Jesus?
I'm not scared of the words.
Jesus himself explains Daniel and it's going to refute you now. Matthew 24.
We know that.
Oh, you know that. Thank you.
The abomination and the desolation. 70 AD.
Okay, what's that
70
talking
AD
about?
of the temple. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You don't know history.
No, it's not. No, I know the temple.
You don't know history.
No, sorry. Okay, what's the temple?
I'll tell you something. Islam takes out all the biblical history and you give out your false history.
Okay, one second.
So you don't know about 70 AD, so we can't go forward.
I know about 70 AD.
If you don't know about 70 AD, we're not going forward.
I know about 70 AD.
What happened 70 AD?
Okay, the temple destruction.
Yeah, more than that.
Oh, more than that. What are you on about? Let's stop now. Let's stop. Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm getting to. It is more than that.
All right, we're going to read Daniel.
Now I want you to tell me, why do you interpret that abomination, desolation as a temple destruction? Tell me why. Tell me why you interpret that as 70.
Because Christ told in the scriptures, he says that where the he says that reading of the word of the Lord, he says that you understand the time of the abomination and
he
the
gave the signs. All right. So let's check it. Let's check this out then, everyone. Jesus left the temple. Are you gonna let me speak now? Yeah.
Jesus, my fault, man. You wanna speak?
Watch this. Watch what happens to him now. All right. Jesus left the temple area and was going away. When his disciples approached him to point out the temple buildings, he said to them in reply, "You see all these things? Do you not? Amen, I say to you, they will not be left here, one stone upon another that will not be thrown down." By the way, there's a wailing wall, so you'll have to deal with that. Anyway, as he was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples approached him privately and said, "Tell us when this will happen, and what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age." Jesus said to them in reply, "See that nobody deceives you." So look out for Paul, by the way. "For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am the Messiah,' and they will deceive many. You will hear of wars and reports of wars. See that you are not alarmed, for these things must happen, but it will not yet end." Now let me get to the main point, Daniel, because I don't want to read the whole thing. 1 second. Wait 1 second. Okay, verse 15. "When you see the desolating abomination spoken of," hold on 1 second, "through Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place," and then in brackets it says, "Let the reader understand, then those in Judea must flee to the mountains." Now this abomination and desolation, these Christians assume is talking about the temple destruction in 70 CE.
No CE.
1 second, let me finish. 1 second, please. So they assume that this was the worst thing that Daniel was speaking about, that the temple got destroyed, but they forget that that was not the worst thing that happened in that time period. In fact, the Jews, the children of Israel at that time, still carried on fighting the Romans, carried on their insurgency, and they were still in the land. What happened was, the last and most tragic thing that happened to the children of Israel at that time was the Bar Kokhba revolt. Yeah, Simon, the son of the star, his name was, who claimed to be the Messiah, and he actually defeated the Romans, and for 3 years he ruled in Israel. So what happened is, in the year 135, the Romans came They murdered Simon of Cyrene, destroyed the whole of Jerusalem further, put a pagan temple there where Al-Aqsa, where Solomon's temple was. Pagan temple. Okay, we'll talk. 1 second. Let me finish. They put a pagan temple there. They erased Judea off the coins, erased Judea off the maps, turned the place into Syria, Palestine. They renamed the place, kicked all of the children of Israel out. That's the start of the Exodus, and put a pagan temple there. Now that is the worst thing that could have happened at that time, the worst punishment, worse than the 70 CE destruction. So what did Jesus say? When you see the abomination in this area, the pagan temple, remember what Daniel said. Now what did Daniel say? Daniel predicted 490 years of punishment for the children of Israel, correct?
Daniel chapter 9 verse 22,
Is it 490 years, 70 weeks, 490 years?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You agree?
70 weeks, yes.
What's somebody who's good at maths? He's not good at maths because he believes in 3 and 1. What's 135?
I know the maths, man.
Okay, what's 135 plus 4? 1 second, no one needs a calculator. What's 135 CE plus 490? Somebody please tell me. Alright, we'll see if I'm stupid. I can count better than you. 135 plus 490 years. What is that? What year does that come to? Come on, somebody, what's going on? Where's the Holy Spirit gone?
It's abandoned.
All right, Daniel.
The year 130. Listen,
look at there. In the Hebrew word,
I just want you to tell me the year 135, when the Romans put the pagan temple there, punished the children of Israel, put us in exile.
27.
What was the year 135?
The 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon the holy city to finish.
He doesn't answer my question.
And to make an end of sin.
Answer my question.
This is talking about Jesus Christ.
Answer my question.
When Christ will come,
I'm not talking about that.
Make the end of sin.
No, I'm not talking about that.
This is a prophecy. This is the prophecy.
We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm telling you what Jesus said. I'm telling you what Jesus said. Answer my question.
You're jumping ahead of the prophecy.
Okay, answer my question. We'll get back to Daniel. We'll get back to Daniel.
The 70
we'll get back to Daniel. First, answer my question. It's not talking about one Messiah, by the way. It's talking about 2 Messiahs.
No, it's one Messiah.
No, it's 2 Messiahs. Because it's been 2 periods.
This is what the prophecy says.
The King James will tell you it's 1 Messiah.
This is what the prophecy says. Daniel 9 verse.
Answer my question.
Daniel 9 verse 24, 27.
The year 135 CE, the children of Israel were exiled from the Holy Land. A pagan temple was put there in the year 135 CE. Now add 490 years, which Daniel mentioned to that. What year does it come to? Answer.
To the most holy. So who's the most holy?
Answer my question.
Christ.
Why don't you answer a simple question? When I finish my point, you can refute me. I will get on Daniel. First, just answer my point. The year 135 CE, when the abomination was at its peak, a pagan temple was put there. You don't believe me? Go on Google. Yeah? 135 CE plus 490 years. What year does it come to? Answer my question.
Oh, sorry.
What? How am I?
Are you going to answer?
Be quick.
I'm going to answer, man. 600 and something.
Good, you come close enough.
Sorry.
You've come close enough. Are you a Christian? No. Yeah, no wonder you can count. So, please get to the point. Is this a matchbook? Pull out your phone, pull out a calculator. Do I have to tell everyone, spell it out to everyone? I want it to come out of his tongue. What year does it come to?
No, wait, man. Get to it, wait.
Yeah. What, you looking for the Bible to find out 135 plus 490, what it adds up to? Is there nobody here, no Christian, who can tell me, if you count 490 years from the year 135, what year do you get to?
Come on.
Close.
625?
Close, no. I'll do it now because he's just quiet, because he doesn't want it to come out of his mouth, yeah?
Get into it, man.
No, you've been saying that for the last 10 minutes or something. Okay, 135. You want to have a look? In case I trick you. Yeah? Plus 490. Yeah? What does that come to?
620.
Yeah? Let me do it one more time. The year 135 plus 490 come to 625, yeah? Now, when did Bar Kokhba's revolt start? 3 years before. Remember I mentioned he ruled for 3 years. Take away 3 years, the year 622, the Islamic calendar, when the Prophet Muhammad be peace went on Exodus to Medina and came in contact with the Jews and the Christians. Tell me what it adds up to. The Islamic calendar to this day goes back to the year 622. Who does Daniel support?
So what happened in the
and
year
then after this, Matthew 24 carries on. After this punishment period, your followers you will see the Son of Man come in. which means the Prophet Muhammad peace is the Son of Man of Daniel chapter 7.
No, it's not.
Why does it come to his year then? Why does it come to the birth of the Islamic calendar when the Prophet went on Exodus to Medina? Tell me why.
How can Daniel prophesy about Muhammad? Because they are not.
Can you add up? Okay, the Bar Kokhba revolt, year 132 to 135, adds up to the year 622, the year 625.
Answers here, man. Answers here, man. You're talking too much, man.
Yeah, you were talking earlier. So tell me, did Daniel support Christianity or Islam?
Listen, man, listen.
Come back to Islam. Islam loves you.
457. Islam's a pagan religion, man.
Oh, yeah. From the dying, he talks about dying and rising God.
Listen now, listen
now. At 3 in 1, he wants to talk to me about paganism.
My friends, 457 BC. What happened in year 457 BC? The rebuilding of the Temple of Jerusalem. Yes? Ezra was a scribe.
Listen, I know about that.
Nehemiah.
I know about that.
From there of the 80,
you're refuting us. I don't deny that.
70 week.
I do not deny that.
The Messiah
I do not deny that.
Up in Daniel chapter 9, verse 24 to 27. That the cutoff point in the Hebrew chakam, which is the cutoff point of the Jews of the Messiah. Then of the AD 34, in the AD up to AD 34 up to AD 1844 AD, talks about that Christ was meant to come again, but actually Christ was to come get Christ actually moved from the holy place into the holies of holies in the heavenly sanctuary. So we see 457, it's right there. Look,
listen, you don't have to refute that. I do not deny that. Stop 1 second. Stop 1 second.
490.
There's something this guy is forgetting.
8027, Christ was baptized.
This guy is forgetting.
8027, Christ was baptized.
No.
Christ was baptized. 8027.
There's something you're forgetting.
8081, 8031, Christ died. 8031, Christ died.
All right,
and 8031 and 8034, that when the stoning of death of Stephen.
Hold on.
And then also the remission that when the Gentiles will be ushered in. And then in the year of 1844,
Stop 1 second.
1844 AD shows
something you're forgetting.
that Christ was meant to come, but yet he moved to the holy place, to the holies of holies in the heavenly sanctuary. In Hebrews chapter 9, verse 22 and 24 verse.
There's something you're forgetting.
No, I haven't forgotten.
You're forgetting something. You're forgetting something. The children of Israel were punished twice. They weren't only punished once. Before the coming of the Messiah, we went through a hellish period because of the Babylonian exile and everything. We had 490 years to get our act together.
Right.
We rejected Jesus. Well, the majority of us did. We rejected Jesus, then Jesus foretold again that we will be punished, again that the city will be raised, and he himself said, remember what Daniel spoke about. So we went into another 490-year period of punishment. Refute that.
Because the scriptures in 457.
Refute that.
457.
Tell me why Jesus in Matthew 24 spoke about the year the Prophet done Hijrah when the Islamic calendar starts.
7 weeks of the 49 years.
Please tell me.
Scores and 269 too. I'm asking you.
I thought you said I don't know the Bible.
On the 62 weeks.
You're not refuting me. I do not deny Daniel 9.
And the 1 year. So this is where it shows that in the temple and then where Christ's ministry, because Jesus' ministry was 3.5 years.
1 second. All right. I got something for you there.
No. This is theology.
Okay.
So how long was Christ's ministry? It was for 3.5 years of ministry.
You refuted yourself, by the way. Let me get to
up
Daniel.
to AD 34.
Let me get to,
and showing that what happened in 1844 AD.
What year do you believe Jesus died?
What
year do you believe that Jesus died?
2,000-year days.
Alright, tell him that. What year do you believe Jesus died?
Daniel 8:14.
What year do you believe Jesus died? Tell me. You said 31.
It's 8:31, yes.
Yeah, okay. What year was the temple destroyed?
17 AD.
Yeah, are you aware that Daniel says that the Messiah, and Messiah by the way, will be cut off at the same time of the temple destruction, which is why the Jews say he's talking about the high priest. Now if you say he's talking about Jesus,
who's the high priest
how
now?
can he be talking about?
Who's the high priest in the heavenly sanctuary now?
There's no high priest in heaven now.
Yes, there is. Jesus Christ.
No,
you don't understand it.
No, it's
this
not.
is why you don't understand prophecy. You don't understand prophecy.
If you say,
I'm going to say to you before.
1 second.
Prophecy is not by private interpretation.
1 second.
So
1 second. According to Daniel 9, and according to what? Okay, if I don't know prophecy,
why don't you bring prophecies from the Quran? Why don't you bring prophecies from Daniel? Because there's no prophecy in the Quran.
He's changing from Daniel.
Give me one prophecy in the Quran. There's no prophecy in the Quran. But let's see this prophecy of Daniel 8:14. Listen to this verse of Daniel 8:14.
Why are you moving from Daniel 9? Why are you moving for? Why are you moving for? Let's get back to Daniel 9. Everybody, now he said Jesus died in the year 31. The temple got destroyed in the year 70. Whereas Daniel says, and Messiah will be killed, cut off at the same time as the temple, which is why the Jews say it's talking about the high priest.
And he said,
now if he
and he
denies
said unto
that,
him,
how can it be the same event with 40 years difference?
Then shall the sanctuary be
How
cleansed.
can it be the same event with 40-year gap?
That was cleansed.
If it's talking about Jesus being cut
see
off,
that here?
how can a temple be destroyed in 70?
Up to here,
Answer.
up to 40, 57.
I don't want to see what the King James said. I want to see what Daniel
was
says.
fulfilled. And this is prophecy linked to Daniel chapter 9.
Listen,
verse
answer my
24
question.
to 27,
So,
Daniel
okay.
8 verse 14.
If Daniel's-
and that links to again with that Jesus was talking about the science of the time. when
Okay,
he was
one
talking
second.
about when
Answer my
Christ-
simple question.
And even you don't know about 1844 AD.
Answer my question.
457 BC up to 84 AD shows about
Answer my
Christ
question.
was meant to come, but Christ through
Okay.
the book of Daniel
Okay.
8 verse 14 that Christ moved from the holy place unto the holies of holies because the children of Israel had the tabernacle.
Let's see what his own Christians say about who it was.
Exodus
Who it was
25
that
verse
died
8.
and anointed, doubtless the high priest Onias III. You heard that? You heard that? Even your own Bible scholars say it was talking about the high priest, not the Messiah. Because the minute you say it's talking about the Messiah, you can't explain why there's a 40-year gap between the
Because
Messiah
the
being
70
cut
weeks,
off.
the 70,
But it's the same event.
70 weeks, that was the word Jesus was cut off from the Jews.
1 second.
This is pure prophecy.
According to Daniel,
According to
the
Daniel
temple will
9
be
verse
destroyed.
27, 24,
1 minute.
27.
According to Daniel, the Messiah will be cut off the same time the temple is destroyed. Now even your scholars say that's talking about the high priest. Now if you say he's talking about Jesus, did Jesus die the same time the temple was destroyed or 40 years before according to you?
According to what prophecy says.
Daniel 9,
That's what I'm saying. The prophecy of Daniel shows that this is why you don't
Daniel
understand.
says a high
the
Messiah will be cut off
the
and the
70
temple
weeks,
will be
the
destroyed.
77 weeks,
The
and
same
40
event,
the 70,
contemporaneous
the 70
event,
weeks,
not
what
40-year
about
gap.
70 weeks are the term upon thy people. What's that in Daniel? The 40 says the
Oh my God!
490
And you said I don't know the Bible.
Look, 70
And
weeks.
his own
the term
scholars
of-
tell him
Look,
that he's talking about the high
back
priest.
again to scripture.
Let me read it
back
again.
to scripture again.
And anointed, doubtless the high priest. You want to read it?
I've got it here, right here.
You got commentary here as well. You got scholars as well. The New American Bible. Oh, King James. Was King James a Seventh-day Adventist? No. Was King James a Seventh-day Adventist? Was King James a Seventh-day Adventist? Yes or no?
Let me ask you as well, yeah?
Wow, what's going on? Record his face,
Hold on,
please.
Let me tell you.
Answer my question.
Wait, hold on. The Quran you have now is not even the Quran you have today. It's Uthman's
Well, at
Quran.
least I've got 1 minute.
It's Syria.
Oh, okay.
It's Syria, my friend.
Everybody, no
It's the
problem.
Quran, the Quran you
No
have
problem.
is Syria.
Okay, 1 second. No, okay. I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay, everyone. I'm agreeing with you. Everyone, I'm agreeing with him. We have today, everybody listen, we have Uthman, that's how you pronounce his Quran. Who was he? The son-in-law of the Prophet, his companion, who went along with the other companions of the Prophet. They said, this is the Quran we got. No problem, we have Usman's Quran. Now tell me, was King James a disciple of Jesus? Was King James a disciple of Jesus? Tell me yes or no?
King James actually.
Oh, so you don't have a disciple. So why should we have an issue? We got a companion, the son-in-law of the Prophet's Quran, but he's got King James Bible.
He actually authoritated from the Hebrew.
Was King James a Seventh-day Adventist?
From the Hebrew and the Greek.
Everybody, he said, you know what he said earlier? He said the other Christians are pagans. That's what he said. So King James, you didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
So what were you saying? Okay, all right, okay, 1 second. Okay. Like Paul. 1 Corinthians chapter 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Okay. All right. Okay.
So don't lie and deceive, my friend.
All right.
Don't put no words in my mouth. I never said that.
Okay. 1 second. You never said the Christians are pagans.
I didn't say that, my friend.
Okay. So what did you say about them on Sunday? What is it? Sun worship. Who worships the sun? Who worships the sun? The pagans. So when you said that the sun worship, you calling them pagans? Now deny you said that. Go on.
That's historical.
Deny it.
That's historical.
Oh,
That's
so he admits he believes the pagans.
321 AD.
So a pagan called King James, gave him his Bible.
Constantine, who did that?
A pagan gave him his Bible.
Ask yourself, why did Constantine try to change the 10 Commandments and the 4th Commandment? Ask yourself the question.
Because he's a pagan. Because he's a pagan.
Because Islam comes out from the depths of Rome, my
Because he's
friend.
a pagan.
Islam comes out the depths of Rome.
Okay, no problem.
That's the cathedral,
Okay, no problem.
the
No
Catholic,
problem. problem. Obviously, there was a Catholic. Yeah,
Muhammad got the revelation
yeah,
from
no
the gate.
problem, no
And there
problem.
was a satanic
Whatever.
revelation, my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, okay, whatever.
Whatever.
Okay. Now answer
So
my
you-
question. Yeah.
even
Who
Allah-
gave
Allah
you your
removed that as
Bible?
well, my friend.
Was King James the Seventh-day Adventist? Yes or no?
It's a Protestant. What is
Oh,
a
so he's a pagan.
Protestant?
So he's a
Protestant.
pagan.
What is a Protestant?
So he's a pagan.
Protestants were
Protestants
protesting.
worship on Sunday. Protestants worship on Sunday. Martin Luther worshipped on Sunday. Did he? Martin Luther worshipped on Sunday. Yes or no?
Against the Catholic Church.
Yes or no?
They were protesting against the religious
Okay.
power. Because the religious power was the Catholic Church. That was persecuting the Christians.
Everyone.
That's what I'm saying. You don't understand
So
that.
remember next time,
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't understand
when you
that.
see a
You
Muslim,
can't come out the
do
Catholic
not
Church,
quote
man.
Daniel. It's dangerous.
No, listen, I know it, man. You don't know prophecy, my friend. If you don't know prophecy, man. Islam's a pagan religion, man.